Hello, Randy from Roofworks. This is Joel from JND SEO, and I'm going to show you 3 ways you can improve your website and actually beat some of your competition online. At the end of the video, if you have any questions or want to hear some more information, we could set up a 5 or 10-minute phone call. And if not, that's okay. We actually are going to give you a bunch of free tips in the video that you could go ahead and use directly on your site. The 3 topics we'll cover today are content, backlinks, and citations. So we'll start there, and I'm going to look at your website here. I want to see about kind of how you guys have it set up. I see you've got some good information. You've got some of the services that you offer. Your site does look pretty nice here. You got your home, our process portfolio. You have what makes you different, some projects. That's all really good information. Some more about you guys. Yeah, your site looks really good. It looks like it was professionally done. The one thing I want to say is that Google, what they care about the most is all of this, all of these words, right? So we want to see how many words of content do you guys have. So let's just go ahead and do a quick copy here and see. And we see you guys have about 775 words. That's a good number. And then if I was to go put in a keyword, so if I put in roofing Memphis, Tennessee here, pretty common one for the area. The top company I'm going to find, because we see Better Business Bureau than Yelp, not real actual roofing companies, is going to be Master Roofing. So I'm going to bring their site up, and we want to just kind of see what they're doing. Because if we want to climb the rankings and beat all these companies, we got to see what works for them. And if it works for them, it'll work for us as well. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just copy theirs as well. And let's just see how much they had. You guys had 775. I think you have more than what they've got. They've got 597. So you guys are already beating them in one of the categories. So great job with that. The idea being if we beat them in all 3 topics that we'll cover today, you'll beat them online as well. All right, so we've talked already a little bit about keywords. So roofing Memphis, Tennessee is what I used. So the important thing about content is you don't just want content, and Google recommends having about 1,500 words to 2,000 words of content. So you guys had 775. I believe Masters had just under, was it 700 or 600? And so neither one of you has that optimized amount. And when you have that amount, you're going to rank a lot higher. That's what Google's really looking for. They want to know that you're giving a lot of information out there for people to find, search, and read about and educate. But you can't just have the content. You got to have these keywords, because when people search this, 70 people search this every month, roofing Memphis TN, this example here. This has to be on your page for them to find you, right? So there's 3 ways to get on the Google first page, right? You could pay for ads. You could show up in this map pack, which has to do with citations. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then you could show up in the organic section where we see companies start to show up. So we already know Masters Roofing is towards the top, but they're not meeting Google's prerequisite to be up here, really. So we know we could beat them by adding more content and keywords. The other thing Google looks for the organic section is they want to know they can trust your site. And that's what this 2 wheels here are doing. So I took your site, roofworks.com, put it into a program I use called Ahrefs, and this just allows me to kind of analyze your site. I see you got your headers up here. And I do want to make one little note here. I know I used Memphis as my example, and you guys are kind of, in multiple states down there. So it doesn't matter. That won't affect any of these numbers that show up. This is for your website in general. I just use Memphis as my example for a keyword and for a Google search. All right. So if we look at, the numbers here, the UR number, this wheel here, and the DR number, these are the 2 most important. UR is your trust with Google. DR is your power for your site. So we can see right now you guys have some trust, not much power, all right? So let's dive into the backlinks and referring domains. Backlinks are just links on your pages that when you click them, it's going to redirect them to your site. So just like this one here where it says Roofworks SMS, roofworksms.com. If you click that, it's going to redirect you to your site. Now, referring domains are websites that are linked to your site based on the backlinks. These 11 backlinks are on these 7 sites. An easy example would be a Facebook business page. That would be a referring domain. On your Facebook business page where you have your web address, that would be a backlink. So these referring domains are pointing back to your site and vouching for you, giving you trust with Google because they're saying you can trust the site. Of the 7 you guys have, we can see 3 of them are strong ones. So of those 3, it's giving you a 7 trust, which you guys are being found for about 21 keywords currently in searches on Google. And these are what bring the visitors in. We can see you guys are getting about 2 visitors to your website per month based on what we're seeing in Ahrefs here. So definitely we want to beat them in backlinks and referring domains. Let's see what Master's doing. They don't have any headers in their page, an area they could improve on. 210 backlinks on 110 referring domains or websites. Of the 110 sites pointing back at them, 92 are strong. They've got a trust of 17, and they've got about 891 keywords that they can be found in searches for, which is bringing them about 515 actual visitors to their website every single month. Now, the difference being here, really, you have to have the keywords in order to be found for them. So that's one thing. You guys might not have that many on your site currently. And just to give you a reference about the number of visitors coming in, if you guys had about 100 visitors coming to your website, you could expect between 20 and 30 phone calls on an extremely conservative number. Probably on your worst month, 20 or 30 phone calls from that 100 would be what you'd expect. Now, depending on what your closing percentages are on those, 20 or 30 calls, that would depend on how many customers you guys would expect to get from that. Now, you're probably thinking, well, those are huge numbers, right? They are. But we can actually look at the referring domains. We can find their top ones, the 92 strong ones. We can go to a lot of these, get the exact same links. We can either create a profile with those sites, or sometimes you have to join or sign up for them. And then we can get the same ones as them. We're going to add more on top of that, and we're going to beat them with backlinks referring domains, which is going to help us beat them with trust. And we need a lot of power, which we're going to add as well. We'd be able to basically get ahead of Master Roofing in the organic section and get on that first page. Now, the other option would be to get up here in the map section. That's through citations. And citations are when you get your business name, address, phone number, all listed together in directory sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor, also social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram as well. And you can see here they have their numbers really clearly to see. They're going to get a lot of direct calls as well as people going to the websites and then calling them from that. The third option to get on this page is to pay for ads. And really you just have to outbid these top 3 on the Google guaranteed ads, and you'd show up as one of those top 3. So just to quickly recap, 3 ways to get on here. You could pay for ads. You could get your citations, which is getting your business name, address, phone number in directory sites or social media, and we want to beat all of these companies. So if they have 3, we want about 130 to run up the score on them. And then we want to get in the organic section. There's 10 results per page. To get on that first page, we want to have 1,500 words to 2,000 words of content. Make sure all the best keywords in the area that are being searched the most frequently, we have on our page at least 3 to probably 5 times. And we want to make sure that we have trusted sites pointing back at ours so Google knows they can trust us to get on here. All right, I hope you guys found that helpful. I'll follow up with you guys in a day or so just to see if this was in fact helpful, as that's really my objective here. Thank you guys for your time and have a great day.